Marsh Doyle. My name is Erzo, I'm from Chechnya, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you what is it like to live in Chechnya, about the people, about safety, about infrastructure, about anything I can think of that may be useful for you. But first, let me drink a coffee. Yeah, that's good. So let's begin from the most asked question on the internet. Not only by the foreigners, but also by the Russians. I think anyone who doesn't live in Chechnya asks this question: is it safe to come to Chechnya, to travel to Chechnya, and just to be in Chechnya, to be alive in Chechnya? Is it possible? And I say yes, it is possible. I mean, there is no war. There are no terrorist accidents. So what I mean by that, if we talk about different places, there's no safe place on this earth. Any accident may happen anytime. But if you're trying to ask, is there any war or terrorist accidents, or will anybody hurt you, oppress you, or be somehow disrespectful to you, I will say no, because since I don't know, past 10 years, no one cares about those things, and we're welcome to tourists and to any foreigners. When you walk somewhere in the city and you ask for help, anyone will try to help you, because in that case we are a very hospitable nation. We, and I think almost any Caucasus nation. Even in other cases of safety, such as crime, stealing things, it's pretty safe here. I mean, you can literally leave your bag, I don't know, somewhere. You just forgot your bag somewhere in the center of the city, and you went home for I don't know, for a couple hours maybe. You come back to that place, 99% your bag will stay still there where it was before, or maybe someone will just take it from one place and put it on other place where you can find it more easily, but not in case of stealing. You can just let your car open for night and be surprised in the next morning that nothing happened. I mean, with the keys inside, nothing happened. The keys are there and no one cared about your car. And I'm saying about most of the people, not about everyone, because no one has control about everyone's minds, and I think you get that. The only people that may have some issues here in our republic is the minorities, the LGBT people. I don't think just for being LGBT, but because no one will know that. But if you try to express yourself like one of those, then you will have probably some issues here. So don't try. I almost forgot to mention one thing, the last thing. When you walk down the streets in the cities, like in the capital of our republic, Grozny, you will see almost every policeman standing there with their beards, these serious faces, and they may scare you, but don't be mad at them. It's just their work to stay there, and yeah, if anything happens, they must have control over it. Yeah. So let's talk a bit more about the people. The most people in Chechnya are conservative, religious. They value culture, traditions, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that they are somehow underdeveloped. They don't know the modern things. I will say more. If you go outside on the streets, you will see that almost everyone is wearing modern clothes, talking about the modern things, learning new skills, working in some modern industries. And the better thing is that they try to keep those things with the things I mentioned before, like religion, culture, traditions. They try to fit those things with the things they need in life, like educational and work. And as for us, for Chechens, it's a very good thing to do. Yeah, and I respect that. I really do. I mean, I by myself try to do the same, and yeah, I think it's a good thing. When I say conservative, I don't mean that we are not open-minded. It just means we don't accept anything new. If there comes something new, we'll compare the good, the bad in it, and if the good in it is more than the bad things, maybe we'll accept that. But if there's more bad in it than good, we don't accept it. That's what I mean by conservative people. And nowadays there are a lot of Chechen people which go into like English courses. It's very popular here, like being English teacher. And a lot of youngsters speak English as well. I mean, there are like a lot of kids which go to English speaking club. There's a club which we have in our city where like people go together and practice English, like talking on different topics.
For this year, because this year was great, not like last year. So I'm thankful for this club because it gave me a lot. Thank you.
When I visit that place, I realized that there are a lot of kids speaking English like maybe on the native level. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it because they are much better than me. I'm kidding. I respect that. So about the dress code, most of the women, they wear hijabs, but not all of them. There are some women who wear hijabs, some women who wear like just long clothing, like long skirts, long t-shirts maybe, as the culture says, because there are some people who keep more to the cultural thing, some people who keep more to the religion thing, and some people who are in the middle. So the same thing for men. For example, if a man goes more to the religion, he tries to keep more longer beard, and if a man goes more to the cultural thing, he don't cares about the beard. Yeah, that's the difference. But most of the people are more to the religion side. So, and even one of the most reasons why we as Chechens accepted Islam like hundreds of years ago is because it was similar to our cultural and traditional stuff. That's why we accepted it. I'm not saying that everyone in our traditions in culture is the same as the religion says. There are like a lot of different like stuff that doesn't allow the religion, but most of the things we respect and we as Chechens used to do like since hundreds of years ago are similar to the religion, Islam. And if you compare our people to the neighboring people like Dagestan, Ingushetia, Ossetia maybe, I just realized that we as Chechens, most of the Chechens are a bit richer than most of the people who live in the neighboring republics. I'm not saying it's a fact, but I just got to that opinion as I was traveling to to the neighboring republics. Maybe some of you want to know if we are racists or nationalists. For the racism, I will say completely no, not. We're not racist. I haven't seen like any person in my whole life in Chechnya that is a racist or something like that. No. But we're a bit nationalists. We just love our nation and we just love the history, our historical people. And we try to respect it, like we try to teach the children our history in a proper way. And we have a lot of our heroes, and we try just to don't forget that, just to keep our nation, how to say it, just together. It's not like it doesn't work like 100%, but it still works. And it doesn't mean that we offend other nations. We respect any nation, there's no problem with that. There's a reason behind it why most of the Chechens love their nation. If you want to know more about it, maybe I'll make a video, just let me know in the comments. What about the work? The most people, especially the young people, try to study IT and move to another place, like another country, in the best way. If they can't, they try at least to move to the capital of Russia, to Moscow, maybe to the second capital, to St. Petersburg. Because Chechnya is not that developed, we don't have IT and industries for employers. That's related to boys. But if you are a girl living in Chechnya, most of the girls, they work at restaurants, cafes, or coffee shops. They're getting very popular now. And yeah, that's better than working at the government agencies for simple reasons. You don't feel like you're a slave, and the salary is much better. Yeah, you're getting paid much better at the first things. And other young people, like in all over the world, are working in SMMA, photo or video industries, trying to make some money with the weddings. There are a lot of weddings every time. So if you do wedding photo video, you will have, I think, always money. But there's a problem with the prices. But it's another question. And even then, Chechnya is very far from the best place for finding clients. That's why people prefer to move somewhere else, like Moscow, for example, because they get paid there much better. If we move to the elder generation, most of them, as I know, they work as taxi drivers, and others do some hard work, like my father does, blacksmith. But you have to be always adaptable. The times are not stable, and yeah, anything may happen anytime. You can anytime lose your job, and that's pretty normal here. And yeah, that's why you must have something on the side, on the background. It's not enough to just have one job. Even the salary will not be enough because salary is very low in most of the industries. For example, my father's salary is 40,000 rubles per month. It's about $650 for working like one day off in a week, and it's not enough, especially for someone who has family. Yeah, lucky for him, all my sisters are married and I'm working as well. Yeah, my mother is working as well. Do you remember, guys, when I was talking about in the beginning about the religion, cultural and traditional stuff that we're trying to fit with the life and work and still be open-minded? What I meant by that, I can show you by this example. For example, nowadays, a lot of women are working as nurses, as teachers, somewhere else, like I said before, in the restaurants, cafes, and it's completely normal. But it wasn't normal like back then, like maybe 10, 15 years ago. And nowadays we just realize that it's a good thing to do, and it's better to go that way, to live that way. And yeah, most of us, we don't have any problems with women working somewhere outside. That's a good thing. So as a conclusion with the work topic, I would say that having one job is most of the time really not enough. I mean, you really cannot afford comfortable life if having only one job and nothing on the side. That's really hard. That's why everyone who works in one place tries to do something else, like to earn like new skills, to study new things, and to do something on the internet. Because, like as I said, salary is very low. I'm not saying we have the lowest salaries in the country, in Russia, but it's still low. Of course, there are a lot of cities, a lot of republics with much lower salaries. Still, it doesn't solve this problem. So next, let's get to infrastructure. The roads in our republic, especially in the cities, I can't say for villages, but in the cities they're pretty good, especially when you compare those roads to the neighboring republics, and very clean. Clean because of I think it's because of religion. Religion says it's good to have everything clean, and that's why we try to keep it. It's not the only reason. Second reason, the government forces keep the city clean. That's another reason. So those things put together, they keep our city clean. For example, if you go to the neighboring republic Dagestan, it's it's very dirty there. Like in a lot of places you will see, yeah, I translated this word because I forgot it. You will see a lot of trash, a lot of garbage in the cities, like anywhere. So that's why our republic is in a better place. But there's a big problem with the public transport. We have public buses, but we don't have any metros, any other public transports than a bus. And that's why everyone has to use the bus, and it's always full with people. It's so uncomfortable. Everyone tries to buy a car, even if they cannot afford it, they buy it for the credit. And also in the public transports you have to use the coins, like you have always to carry coins like 30 rubles to pay for the transport. It's uncomfortable. It would be like more easy to use like one card, pay anything, just to have one card for public transport. So adding to that, our republic is not technologically developed. There are a lot of things that where technologies could help, but we're not on that level just for now. If we talk about the buildings, there are a lot of buildings already finished, a lot of buildings being constructed, a lot of mosques, and it's really good result for a republic like ours. We had war and everything was like destroyed, and now it looks like a new city. Of course we have enough places for shopping lovers, malls where you can buy anything, almost anything you want, markets, we have cafes, restaurants. Yeah, it's pretty developed in that. We have schools, kindergartens, high schools, or universities and institutes. So anything that may need human, yeah, we do have. I can't say anything for the quality because like people talk about it like differently, but as I can say, it's in the middle level. So let's finish this video with the educational topic. As I mentioned before, I cannot stay for the quality of anything I mentioned, but I can say something about the educational quality. We have like 11 classes in the school, and after comes high school, college, or like university, institute. Yeah, the quality of educational in those industries is very low, and many people say it was like better in the Soviet Union time. And as I see the people who have educational from the Soviet Union, they know a lot of things better. So that's why I think that's true. At that time maybe it was better. For now, these people try to move to another cities, to Moscow or to another countries to give their children a better education. And as for me, on my experience, I studied like till the 3rd grade in the Chechen State Oil Institute, and in the 3rd grade I just left the institute and never came back because I just felt it's not giving me anything, any knowledge that I need for life, to survive in life. I was working that time and I had to choose to work or to study. I chose to work. Yeah, and I didn't disappoint me. It was a good choice, I think. But on the other hand, for example, in the Chechen State University, there are a lot of foreign students, like mostly from the third countries, but there are also from South Korea a lot of students. Yeah, maybe that's a hope for the better future. Who knows? So if you liked this video and if it was useful for you, don't forget to click that like button, and maybe you could share this video with someone who is interested in Chechnya. This would be very nice from you. And also don't forget to subscribe, because it gives me some motivation to keep doing this thing. Thank you, and hopefully see you soon. Hadi köy.